Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about a powerful concept, effortless mastery. Now, you might be thinking, mastery, effortless, those two don't go together. But I'm here to tell you that they absolutely can. And when they do, it changes everything. Whether it's business, art, sports, or personal growth, is often seen as a long, grueling path filled with relentless struggle. But what if I told you that the struggle is only part of the story? What if the real power lies in learning how to make mastery feel, well, effortless? Understanding that effortless mastery doesn't mean doing less work, it means working smarter and with purpose. When you focus your energy on what truly moves the needle, when you eliminate distractions and unnecessary tasks, your efforts become efficient and effective. It's like the difference between pushing a heavy rock uphill and rolling a ball down a hill. You're still moving, but one feels natural and smooth. Mastery comes from intentional practice combined with deep understanding. It's not about mindless repetition. It's about studying the principles that govern your craft, learning why things work, not just how. When you understand the why, your actions become aligned with the flow of success. But none of this happens without the right mindset. Your belief in yourself, your resilience in the face of setbacks, and your clarity of purpose shape how easily you can rise to mastery. The mind is the gateway. When you master your thoughts, mastery in your field becomes effortless. Another important point is leveraging your unique strengths. Each one of you has natural talents and abilities, gifts that, when aligned with your efforts, accelerate your journey. Trying to force yourself into a mold that doesn't fit you is exhausting. Effortless mastery happens when you operate in your zone of genius. Understand that effortless mastery is about sustainable success and fulfillment. It's not just about hitting your goals. It's about enjoying the journey, owning your growth, and creating a legacy that lasts. When mastery becomes effortless, success becomes a lifestyle, not a grind. I challenge you to rethink your approach to mastery. Stop trying to force it. Start working with purpose, understanding, mindset, and your unique strengths. That's the true power of effortless mastery, and it's available to every one of you. Effortless mastery is often misunderstood because many people assume that if something is effortless, it must mean you're doing less or not putting in hard work. That's a common misconception, and it can actually keep you stuck in the cycle of frustration and exhaustion. Effortless mastery is not about avoiding work or cutting corners. Instead, it's about working smarter with intentionality and purpose so that your efforts flow naturally toward the results you desire. Think about the most successful people you know, whether it's in business, sports, arts, or any other field. Rarely are they just grinding endlessly without strategy. What sets them apart is that they have learned to focus on the right things at the right time. They understand their priorities clearly and direct their energy toward high-impact activities that move them closer to mastery. It's this kind of purposeful work that transforms what once felt like a struggle into something that feels natural and even enjoyable. When you work without clear purpose, you spread yourself thin. You end up juggling many tasks, some of which may be busy work or distractions. This creates resistance and fatigue, and you don't get the momentum you need. But when you identify the critical areas that truly matter, those few things that produce the majority of your progress, and pour your energy into them, your work becomes more efficient. Suddenly, you're not fighting against the current anymore, you're flowing with it. This idea is sometimes described as working with flow, rather than against the flow. It means aligning your daily actions with your long-term vision and goals. It means eliminating what doesn't serve your progress and focusing deeply on what does. When you do this, the process feels easier, even though you're still putting in the effort. The effort feels right because it's aligned with a clear purpose. Another important aspect of working smarter with purpose is knowing when to rest and recharge. Effortless mastery recognizes that energy is a finite resource. Pushing yourself non-stop is not sustainable. The most effective people know how to manage their energy, how to pause, reflect, and come back stronger. They plan their work cycles to maximize productivity and minimize burnout. This is why effortless doesn't mean lazy. It means disciplined, strategic effort combined with smart rest. Working smarter includes learning from your mistakes quickly, adjusting your approach, and continuously improving. When you put in blind effort without reflection or adaptation, you waste time and energy. But when you consistently evaluate what's working and what's not, you streamline your path to mastery. This dynamic approach turns challenges into opportunities to grow, making the journey smoother. Effortless mastery begins when you stop equating effort with exhaustion and start equating it with focus, clarity, and strategic action. It's about moving from random busyness to purposeful productivity. When your efforts are smart and directed, the resistance fades, momentum builds, and mastery becomes a natural progression, not a battle. That's the real power behind effortless mastery, working smarter, not harder, with unwavering purpose. Mastery isn't just about putting in hours of practice or repeating the same actions over and over again. Many people believe that if they just do something enough times, they'll become great at it. But repetition without intention or understanding can lead to burnout, frustration, and even the development of bad habits. True mastery requires more than mechanical effort. It demands intentional practice paired with a deep understanding of what you're doing and why it works. Intentional practice means practicing with a clear goal in mind. It means breaking down the skill or task into its essential components and focusing your efforts on improving specific areas that matter most. It's about quality over quantity. When you practice intentionally, you engage your mind as much as your body, and you stay fully present in the moment, aware of what you're doing and how it affects your progress. This focused approach helps you avoid mindless repetition, which wastes time and energy, but intentional practice alone is not enough. You must also cultivate a deep understanding of the principles behind the skill. This means going beyond just how to do something and learning the why certain techniques work, why specific approaches lead to better results, and how different elements of the skill connect to each other. This deeper knowledge transforms your practice from rote memorization into intelligent action. When you understand the underlying principles, your actions become more adaptive and effective. You don't just follow steps blindly. Instead, you adjust and innovate based on your comprehension. This level of understanding allows you to troubleshoot problems on the fly, make better decisions, and find shortcuts that others might miss. It empowers you to move forward confidently, even when you encounter obstacles or unfamiliar situations. Another benefit of combining intentional practice with deep understanding is that it builds resilience. When mastery feels hard or you face setbacks, your grasp of the principles helps you stay motivated and find new paths forward. You're not dependent solely on trial and error. You have a framework that guides your learning and improvement. This mindset reduces frustration and accelerates your progress. This approach to mastery also changes how you view failure. Instead of seeing mistakes as setbacks, you begin to see them as valuable feedback opportunities to learn and grow. Your intentional practice becomes a cycle of continuous refinement. You test, adjust, and improve repeatedly, honing your skills with each iteration. This combination of deliberate effort and deep understanding allows you to perform with greater ease and confidence. When you truly master a skill, it no longer feels like a struggle. It becomes a natural extension of who you are. Your actions flow smoothly because they are grounded in solid knowledge and purposeful practice. Those who reach the highest levels of mastery have embraced this approach. They have studied, practiced, reflected, and understood their craft deeply. This is the essence of effortless mastery, where effort is guided by intelligence and your progress is fueled by insight. If you want to excel in any area of your life, start practicing intentionally and seek to understand your craft at its core. That's where mastery begins and where it becomes truly effortless. Your mindset is the foundation upon which mastery is built. No matter how much skill, knowledge, or talent you possess, if your mindset is not aligned with growth, belief, and resilience, mastery will remain out of reach or feel like an uphill battle. Effortless mastery begins in the mind before it manifests in your actions and results. This is why understanding and cultivating the right minds, it is essential to unlocking your full potential. The first thing to recognize is that your mindset determines how you interpret challenges and setbacks. If you see obstacles as insurmountable barriers, your progress will stall. But if you view those same obstacles as opportunities to learn and grow, you open the door to continuous improvement. This shift from a fixed mindset where your abilities are seen as static to a growth mindset, where skills are seen as developable, changes everything. People with a growth mind don't fear failure. They embrace it as part of the journey toward mastery. Belief in yourself is the second crucial component. Without genuine belief, effort can feel like pushing a boulder uphill with no end in sight. But when you cultivate strong self-belief, your effort becomes fueled by confidence and purpose. This belief is not arrogance or blind optimism. It's grounded in knowing that you have the capacity to learn, adapt, and overcome. It's what keeps you going when progress seems slow or when others doubt your potential. Resilience is the third element of the mindset needed for effortless mastery. Mastery is rarely a straight path. It involves setbacks, plateaus, and moments of doubt. Those who achieve mastery effortlessly have developed the ability to bounce back, to keep moving forward even when faced with failure or criticism. Resilience allows you to maintain focus and commitment, and it turns temporary defeats into powerful lessons. Clarity of purpose also shapes your mindset. When you have a clear vision of why you want to master your craft, your motivation becomes intrinsic and sustainable. This clarity helps you stay aligned with your goals and reduces distractions that drain your energy. It's easier to put in consistent, focused effort when you understand what you're working toward and why it matters deeply to you. Your mindset also influences how you handle pressure and stress. Mastery often requires performing under challenging circumstances. A calm, confident mindset allows you to manage stress effectively, making high-level performance feel natural rather than forced. When your mental state is steady and positive, your actions flow more smoothly, and your learning accelerates. Mindset shapes your habits and daily actions. It determines whether you take initiative or procrastinate, whether you seek feedback or avoid it, whether you remain curious or become complacent. Developing the right mindset is a daily practice, cultivating thoughts, attitudes, and beliefs that support your growth and mastery. Mastering any field effortlessly is as much about mastering your mind as it is about mastering the skill itself. Your mindset creates the internal environment where effort becomes aligned with purpose, resilience, and belief. When you intentionally cultivate a growth mindset, strong self-belief, resilience, clarity, and calmness under pressure, you set yourself up for mastery that feels natural and unstoppable. The power of effortless mastery starts with the power of your mind, because what you believe, you become. When it comes to mastery, Many people make the mistake of trying to fit themselves into a one-size-fits-all mold. They look at someone successful in their field and think, if I just copy everything they do, I'll get there too. But the truth is, the path to mastery is far more personal than that. One of the most powerful secrets to mastering any field effortlessly is to recognize, embrace, and leverage your unique strengths. Your unique strengths are the natural talents, skills, and qualities that set you apart. These are the areas where you naturally excel, where you feel energized and confident. When you lean into your strengths, you don't just work harder, you work smarter and faster. Your progress becomes more exponential rather than linear because you're tapping into what already flows naturally within you. Many times, people focus too much on their weaknesses, trying to fix every flaw before moving forward. While it's important to improve and grow, an overemphasis on weaknesses can drain your energy and slow your progress. Imagine if a basketball player spent all their time trying to become a better free throw shooter, but ignored the fact that their greatest strength is their agility and defense. They would miss out on maximizing their impact. The same applies to mastery in any field. You must identify your core strengths and build your strategy around them. When you leverage your strengths, you also experience greater enjoyment and fulfillment in the process. Mastery isn't just about achieving results. It's about the journey. Operating in your zone of genius makes the journey more natural and sustainable. You're less likely to burn out because you're doing what feels right to you, what engages your passions and skills. Understanding your unique strengths requires self-awareness. It requires honest reflection and sometimes feedback from others who see your talents clearly. Once you identify these strengths, the next step is to intentionally design your efforts and learning around them. Find ways to apply your natural abilities to the tasks and challenges in your field. Customize your approach instead of trying to conform to someone else's blueprint. Leveraging strengths also means collaborating and delegating when necessary. You don't have to be perfect at everything. Part of mastery is knowing when to bring others in who complement your abilities and fill gaps where you might not be as strong. This strategic use of your strengths and resources accelerates your progress and opens new opportunities. Another key benefit of leaning into your strengths is confidence. When you operate from your natural abilities, your confidence grows, and with confidence comes momentum. You take on bigger challenges, experiment more, and learn faster. This creates a positive feedback loop that propels you toward mastery more effortlessly. Effortless mastery is not about fitting a universal mold, but about creating your own path by harnessing your unique strengths. It's about recognizing what makes you special and making that the foundation of your success. When you do this, your journey becomes more effective, enjoyable, and aligned with your true potential. So, if you want to accelerate your journey to mastery, start by looking inward. Discover your strengths, embrace them fully, and build your craft around them. This is the secret to working smarter, progressing faster, and mastering any field with grace and ease. When we talk about mastery, many people focus solely on the destination, the achievement of a goal, the reaching of a title, or the acquisition of a skill. But true mastery, especially effortless mastery, is much more than just hitting milestones. It's about creating a way of life that sustains your success and brings you lasting fulfillment. This is where the power of effortless mastery reveals itself most deeply. It leads to success that doesn't burn you out and fulfillment that nourishes your spirit. Sustainable success means that your achievements are not just one-time bursts, but ongoing, consistent progress. When mastery becomes effortless, you develop a rhythm and flow that can be maintained over the long haul. You're no longer operating in short, intense sprints that leave you exhausted. Instead, you build habits, routines, and systems that support your growth every day. This steady progress is what creates lasting impact, not just in your career, but in your personal life as well. One of the biggest reasons why effortless mastery leads to sustainable success is because it aligns your work with your natural talents and passions. When your efforts feel natural, you're more motivated to keep going. Motivation fueled by passion and purpose is powerful and enduring. It's very different from motivation driven by external pressure or fear of failure, which often leads to burnout and quitting. When your mastery journey is fueled by internal drive, your success becomes self-sustaining. Fulfillment is another critical element that comes from effortless mastery. Success without fulfillment is hollow. It can leave you feeling empty, disconnected, and always chasing the next win without peace. But when mastery is effortless, your work becomes a source of joy and meaning. You begin to enjoy the process, the learning, the growth, and the contribution you make. This sense of fulfillment not only enhances your well-being, but also deepens your commitment to your craft. Effortless mastery also encourages balance. Because your efforts are aligned with who you are, you can maintain harmony between your professional pursuits and your personal life. This balance is essential for long-term happiness and health. It prevents the common trap of sacrificing your relationships, health, or mental peace for the sake of achievement. Sustainable success is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most with clarity and focus. Another powerful aspect is the ownership that comes with effortless mastery. When your journey feels natural and aligned, you take full responsibility for your growth and results. This ownership builds confidence and independence. You stop blaming external circumstances or waiting for the perfect conditions. Instead, you act decisively, knowing you have the skills and mindset to succeed. Effortless mastery creates a ripple effect. When you achieve sustainable success and fulfillment, you inspire those around you. Your example shows others that success doesn't have to be a struggle, that it can be graceful and empowering. This not only enhances your impact, but also builds a legacy that lasts beyond your own achievements. Effortless mastery is not just about becoming great at something. It's about creating a life of sustainable success and deep fulfillment. It's about building a journey that supports you physically, mentally, and emotionally. When your mastery feels effortless, you unlock a powerful state where success flows naturally and fulfillment becomes your constant companion. This is the ultimate reward of mastery, the ability to thrive, enjoy the journey, and leave a lasting impact. As we bring this message to a close, remember this: effortless mastery is not a myth or a distant dream reserved for a select few. It is a practical, achievable reality when you learn to work smarter with purpose, practice intentionally with understanding, cultivate a powerful mindset, leverage your unique strengths, and pursue sustainable success with fulfillment. A journey, one that becomes less about struggle and more about flow when you align your efforts with these principles. It is in this alignment that your talents flourish, your passion ignites, and your progress accelerates naturally. So I challenge you today, stop fighting the grind. Stop trying to force your way through. Instead, commit to mastering your craft with intelligence, purpose, and faith in your own potential. When you do this, you unlock a life where success comes with ease, joy, and lasting impact. Step into your power, harness the strength within you, and watch as effortless mastery transforms not only your skills, but your entire life. The power is already in you now. It's time to unleash it. Thank you.